from Group 2. Today we will present about the urinary system. Before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce our member first. I'm Kiting, he is Azik, she is Anna, she is Akila, and he is Saifullah. So first of all, I would like to introduce what is urinary system. Urinary system is one of the important system for our body function. So it consists two kidneys, two ureters, one urinary bladder, and one urethra. So urinary system is important for producing, for storing and excreting from the body. Besides that, it's also important for balancing acid-base balance, control the acid-base balance in the body, for regulating blood pressure, and also maintaining the balance of fluid and chemicals in the body. So some anatomy for the kidney, we can see that here is the pyramid, the triangle one, and then in between the pyramid and the capsule is the cortex, the medulla, the papilla, and then followed by the minor calyx and major calyx, and then renal pelvis, and then followed by the ureters. So this is, zoom in, we will see the nephron in between the cortex and pyramid. So there the urine formation. Each of the components in this system, they have their own roles to help the formation of the process. So the function I will pass to my classmate Saifullah.
Good morning, my friends, ladies and gentlemen. So before I start my presentation, first I will tell you about the importance of learning human physiology. Okay, before we know about the importance of it, we need to know what is it. So what is human physiology? Okay, it is a study about human body and understanding how human body works. Okay, so what do we gain? What do we gain from studying human physiology? Okay, first we can understand about our human body function, about system in human body. We need to understand all of it, and from there it is the foundation. What I mean by foundation is the foundation for which knowledge that we build about what is life is. So we build our knowledge about what is life based on our understanding about human body and how we understanding through human physiology. Okay, and from there we can understand and try to fight the disease because we compare the normal function with the abnormal function. So let me start my presentation with the function of each structure in urinary system. So first we have kidney. So what is the function of kidney? Kidney have many functions, but the main one is regulation of extracellular fluid in the body through the formation of urine. So by formation of urine, it can regulate extracellular fluid in our body. So what is the function of kidney during the formation of urine? Okay, also first it will regulate the volume of blood plasma. So what does it affect? Why we need to regulate volume of blood plasma? Because at the same time we will regulate the volume of blood plasma, it will regulate the blood pressure on our body. So through the formation of urine, we can make sure that our blood pressure is still in the normal range. It's not too high and not too low. Okay, and then the next function is regulate the waste product. So as we all know, we eat many things in our daily life, and sometimes what we eat contain so much waste product. So how do we eliminate this waste? So through the formation of urine. So from urine we will eliminate the waste product in our blood cell, and it will goes through nephron. So from there we will continue to eliminate the waste, and our body will be in a normal range. Okay, so next the third function for kidney. We will regulate the electrolyte like sodium ion, potassium ion. So make sure that our body has a normal range of that electrolyte. Okay, also next, our kidney will secrete erythropoietin. So what is erythropoietin, my friend? So erythropoietin is a hormone that allow bone marrow to produce more red blood cell. Okay, so next we pass with kidney. After kidney we have ureter. So what is ureter actually? Ureter is actually a tube that allow urine to go from the kidney straight to urinary bladder. Through what process? Through peristalsis. Yes, this is ureter and this is kidney. This is ureter. You see, from the kidney the urine will flow straight to the urinary bladder. Okay, so next, what is urinary bladder? Urinary bladder is acting like a container. Contain urine until it is full, and then when it is full, it will contract and it will flow next to urethra. Okay, urethra is a tube at the end of the urinary bladder that each human body has. For example, male have around 20 centimeters length of urethra and female have around 4 centimeters length in urethra. Okay, so the function of urethra is the same as ureter, to let the urine flow out of the body through the process called peristalsis. So that's all from me. I will pass my presentation next to my classmate Haziq.
And very good evening. My name is Muhammad Haziq, and today I will present about nephron. Function of nephron is a functional structure of the kidney that produces of urine in the process of removing waste and excess substance from the body. Now we will talk about nephron. So, function of nephron is a machinery unit of kidney that remove waste and excess substance from the body. And in the kidney, in the one kidney, there are about 1 million nephrons. So I will talk about the structure first. So as you can see, there is a glomerulus. Inside the glomerulus, there will be a Bowman capsule. In here, there is a proximal convoluted tubule, and on bottom here, there is a loop of Hill, and here is a distal convoluted tubule, and lastly there is a collecting duct. So I will talk about the 5 stages of nephron. So on the first stage, it will happen at the Bowman capsule around here. So during the process called filtration. During this process, water and solute will enter the capsule. Meanwhile, blood cell and protein does not enter the capsule. On the second stage, it is happen at proximal convoluted tubule. It's process called reabsorption and secretion. During this process, water, sodium, iron, and glucose will be reabsorbed back into the bloodstream. Meanwhile, hydrogen, and ammonia, and urea will be secreted away from the bloodstream. On the third stage, it will happen at the Henle. During this process, called reabsorption and secretion. During this process, water, natrium, and potassium will be reabsorbed back into the bloodstream, and urea will be secreted away from the bloodstream. On the fourth stage, it is happen at the distal convoluted tubule. During the process called reabsorption, and during the process, water, sodium will be reabsorbed into the bloodstream. Lastly, stage 5, this process will happen at the collection duct. This process called reabsorption and secretion. During this process, water, sodium, iron, and urea will be reabsorbed back into the bloodstream. Meanwhile, hydrogen and potassium will be secreted and secrete away from the bloodstream. That's all from me, and I will pass to my classmate.
We both gonna talk the mechanism of urinary system, which is the micturition process. There are 3 stages of micturition process, which is the filling process, full of urinary bladder, and micturition. So I'm gonna talk about 2 stages of micturition process, and Anna will talk about stage 3 and conclusion. For stage 1, is called the filling process. During this time, the urinary bladder will expand. The parasympathetic nerve is inhibited, it causing the detractor muscle to relax, and the sympathetic nerve is stimulated, it causing the internal urethral sphincter to contract. During the process, the urine does not go down. For stage 2 is called full of urinary bladder. During this time, the parasympathetic nerve is stimulated, it causing the distractor muscle to contract. Next, the sympathetic nerve is inhibited, it causing the internal urethral sphincter to relax. And lastly, the somatic motor neuron is stimulated, it causing the external urethral sphincter to contract and the urine does not go down. I will pass to Anna.
Okay, so now I'll be talking about the stage 3 and it is called as the micturition process. So during the stage 3, the parasympathetic nerve is stimulated, causing the detrusor muscle to contract. And during this stage, the urinary bladder is already full, and the sympathetic nerve here, this is inhibited, causing the urine to flow down, and the somatic motor neuron is also inhibited. This will cause the urine to flow down too. During the sympathetic nerve, the internal urethral sphincter, this will relax, causing the urine to flow down also, and the somatic motor neuron also relaxes, also cause the external urethral sphincter, which is this, to relax, causing the urine to flow down through the urethra and down to the toilet. Okay. So now the next thing I will be explaining with the props. Okay. So as we all know, each and every one of us have 2 pairs of kidney, and then we have 2 ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. So here, once our food is digested and all the minerals and waste, it goes to the kidney and it will filtrate, and the filtrate substance will flow through the urethra and then goes into the urinary bladder. So in this urinary bladder is where all the 3 stages occur. So the first stage, as my friend mentioned, it is called as the filling process. And to summarize it, this phase is where our detrusor muscle will be inhibited, and the internal urethral sphincter and the external urethral sphincter will be The internal urethral sphincter will be stimulated. There will be no external urethral sphincter occurring in the first stage. So during the second stage is called as the full of urinary bladder. This is where us humans will feel the urge to urinate, and this causes the detrusor muscle in the urinary bladder to contract, and the urine will flow down, but the internal urethral sphincter will be stimulated too, as well as the external urethral sphincter. This causes the urine to not flow down. This ribbon we call as the external urethral sphincter. And the last stage is where all the detrusor muscle will be contract, and which is we call as a parasympathetic nerve. It will contract, but the external and internal urethral sphincter, it will be relaxed. Just a moment, yeah. Will be relaxed, causing the urine to flow down, and that is how our urination system ends. That's all from me. And for the conclusion, in a simple way, when we urine is very simple, but when we go into detail with the anatomy, with the kidneys and everything, that is when we know each and every component in our body. Each of it has its own function, and this is our simpler way of explaining to everyone out there. Thank you.